Welcome to The Right Question. I'm Daphne Gray Grant. Today my topic is time management for writers. Today I have a question from Elizabeth Campbell, a Canadian writer currently living in France. Here's what she's asked. I'd like to hear some examples of your writing routines so I can continue to develop and refine my own fledgling habit. I attempt to write every day, and often I find myself researching, reflecting, creating models, and asking questions that can just as easily create distractions rather than contribute concretely to my project. How do you stay focused on what you want to achieve? Thanks for your excellent question, Elizabeth. Let me make a couple of important points right at the top. I am a professional writer and editor, so in addition to my own work, my blog, and my current book I'm working on, I also do work for other people. This means I spend a great deal of my day doing writing and editing, much more so than your typical person. My routine is that I do my most important tasks first thing in the morning when I have the most energy. I use the word important in the same sense that Stephen Covey does. Then I try to do my urgent tasks in the afternoon. I have less energy then, but the urgency of the task helps keep my mind focused. It sounds as though you want some rules, so let me suggest that I don't think you should spend any more than 30 minutes a day while you are writing. Also, it's okay to spend less. Anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes is okay for getting the habit established. Then, once you get into the editing phase of your project, it's okay to spend up to 60 minutes a day on that part of the task. Part of the reason I'm so mindful about not overtaxing writers is I want them to be able to sustain the habit for the length of time it's going to take to finish a book. For most people, this is a bare minimum of a year. And for some, it could take 2, 3, or even more years to finish. Think of yourself as the marathon runner of writers. If you don't pace yourself and conserve enough energy for the long haul, you're going to burn yourself out. People sometimes say to me, I can't possibly write enough words for a book in 30 minutes. But think about that statement. If you can write 200 words in that time, 5 days a week, you'll be able to produce 52,000 words in a year. That's awfully close to the full length of a book. Writing a book is not about making large, heroic efforts. Instead, it's all about making small, daily, diligent efforts that add up to something significant over a length of time. While it's true that researching, reflecting, creating models, and asking questions can sometimes be a distraction, keep in mind that these tasks are all also a necessary part of the writing process. Just be sure you also allow enough time for actual writing every day. For myself, I try to write first thing in the morning. I set aside 30 minutes of time for my own writing every day. If I need to do researching, etc., I set aside time in the afternoon, where I might or might not be able to find that time. For me, my number one priority is to protect my writing time. Keep in mind that when you do a task is at least as important as how much time you spend doing it. This is because we're all wired to be more productive at certain specific times of day. I was born a night owl, but now I'm a morning lark, so mornings work best for me. But note that mornings work best for many people because we all tend to have fewer obligations at that time of day. Also, most of us have more stick-to-itiveness in the morning, even if we're night owls by nature. Whatever your decision, pick a time of day and then track your results. If you're not achieving what you want, then try a different time and see if it works better for you. A big part of writing success is associated with understanding your own habits and then harnessing them to work in your favor. Finally, on the subject of time management, let me wrap up with a quote from Liberty Hyde Bailey, who was co-founder of the American Society for Horticultural Science. A garden requires patient labor and attention, Plants do not grow merely to satisfy ambitions or to fulfill good intentions. They thrive because someone expended effort on them. Thanks for the question, Elizabeth. Your writing is just like a garden. It needs daily care and attention. Don't give it too much water at once. That will only cause the plants to drown. Instead, do a little bit every day, and your garden will grow into something that's truly impressive.